A very good morning, children. Myself, Mrs. Dipali. Standard 7 students, already we have started your fourth chapter of history, Maharashtra before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. Within that, introduction, village, Kasba, Pargana, these points already we had gone through this. So today we start with the next point, the calamity of famine. See student, agriculture was dependent on rainwater. If it did not rain, crops would fail. The prices of food grains rose. It became difficult for the people to get food grains and other things. There was no fodder for the cattle. Water became scarce. That means there was the scarcity of water. It became difficult for people to live in the villages. They were forced to leave the village. A famine was a great calamity for the people. A great famine occurred in Maharashtra 1630 CE. People were greatly distressed due to this famine, and it has been described in these words: people were ready to sell themselves for a piece of bhakri. So you can imagine what was the worst condition of Maharashtra that time. That means people were ready to sell themselves for a piece of bhakri, but nobody was there to buy them. There was a severe scarcity of food grains, entire families were destroyed, cattle and farm animals died, agriculture was totally devastated. The famine put an end to the industries, that means industries were totally standstill, locked down. People had to wander to far away regions in the search of livelihood. It was a great challenge to bring back to monarchy, otherwise normal life, the devastated life of the people. That means overall it was the loss of the environmental loss, animal loss, industrial loss, agriculture loss, scarcity of water. So everywhere people were struggling to get their bread and butter. So they were wander from one village to another village for their daily needs, otherwise their bread and butters. Okay, now the next point, the work of the Warkari movement. See, society was greatly influenced by the blind beliefs and ritual. People had become fatalistic and inert. That means they were totally believe on the blind superstitions. They had lost all initiative. The condition of common people was miserable. In such circumstances, the Sant in Maharashtra endeavored to inspire the masses. Masses, that means group of the people. In Maharashtra, the tradition of Sant, which began with Sant Jnaneshwar, Sant Namdev, was carried on by Sant coming from various strata of the society. People from all strata of society were part of the Sant tradition. For example, Sant Chokha Mela, Sant Goroba, Sant Sena, Sant Sauta, that means Sautamali, Sant Narhari, Sant Sheikh Muhammad, etc., Sant Chokhoba's wife, Sant Soirabai, and sister Sant Nirmalabai, Sant Muktabai, Sant Janabai, Sant Kanopatra, Sant Bahinabai Sirurkar, and other women were also among them. Pandharpur was the center for this Sant for this moment. Vitthal was the object for their worship. That means Vitthal was the main god. On the banks of the river Chandrabhaga at Pandharpur, the Sant and pilgrims, that is Warkaris, used to rejoice in their devotion, that means bhakti. Their equality was propagated through bhajans, kirtans, and the unity meals, that is Kala they call. Now the next point, Santa Namdev. See, he was a great Sant in the Warkari movement. He was a skilled organizer. He performed excellent kirtans as well as he awakened the sense of equality in men and women belonging to all castes through the medium of kirtans. His pledge was Nachu Kirtanache Rangi Jnana Deep Lau Jagi. His Abhanga compositions are well known. Many sons as well as common people were influenced by his teaching. He went up to the Punjab propagating his thoughts. His compositions are included into the a sacred book of Sikhs, that is Guru Granth Sahib. He propagated the message of Bhagavad religion in all quarters. He built a memorial to Sant Sokhamera at Pandharpur. His work is unforgettable. That means he was the one who trying to bring out the equality within the society, within all strata of the society. Next, Sant Jnaneshwar. ज्ञानदेवे रचिला पाया तुका झालासे कळसे. That was the one proverbs like that. He was a great sant in the Varkari movement. He wrote the Bhavarth Deepika or Jnaneshwari, which includes the meaning of the Sanskrit Bhagavad Gita. He also composed the Amrutanubhav. He preached importance of path of devotion. Through his works and composition, he showed a simple way of worship and conduct which the common people could follow easily. He gave the prestige of religion to the Varkari movement. Though his life was spent in extremely adverse circumstances, he never lost the calm of his mind. That means he was not a short tempered person. He always calm, quiet, and peaceful mind, and never harbored the bitterness. Whatever may be the situation, but he never used the bitter words for anyone. His Pasaidan in Jnaneshwari uplifts the mind. The poetic composition of his brothers, Sant Nivruttinath and Sant Sopandev and sister Muktabai, are well known. That means all his brother and sister, they were also very scholar in the religious knowledge. They worked a lot to bring out the equality within the society.